1, and start. Live. Hello, everybody. All right. You guys know, please let us know where you're watching from, and also if someone could give us a sound check, that'd be great. One person on. Who is it? Who are you? 2. Jody, how are you? Master Spa, sound is good. All right. Let's give a few people some more time to come on. How's everybody doing? It's like 50 degrees here today in Connecticut. Ontario, Amy, how are you? Hello, Beth.
I feel like it's not 50 degrees in Ontario.
I'm sure it's not. All right. 12 people. Keep them coming. You want me to hook up that band? Here, you talk for a while.
Okay.
Chris just hopped on.
Hello, everyone. I hate being this close. Michigan, Ottawa, Knoxville, Tallahassee, cloudy, Ohio, 41. That's not terrible.
41 where?
In Ohio.
That's not zero. It's January. We're supposed to all be cold.
Beth said it's springy today and tomorrow it's going to snow. Oh, please snow. That's what she just said.
Beth said that?
Yeah.
Ah, crap. She's home. She watched it.
38, 35 in Ontario. That's not terrible, honestly. All right, so we are going to continue our trend of discussing this 1590 challenge. And we have another 2 weeks of exercises that you will all get. Anyone who signed up, you will get that next email with the link with the videos. I think that's how it's going. Ben and I filmed them and they got them all together. So we are building on what we did in the first 2 weeks, which was really just kind of getting a little bit more limber, stretching, building that foundation. And then these next 2 weeks, we're really going to focus on some muscle endurance. And we may continue that in the following 2 weeks. But for these next 2 weeks, you're going to see a little bit more weight-bearing exercises and some more specific, thank you, Ben, strengthening exercises. There is a link, Valerie, that Kayla will probably post here at the bottom of the page that you can click on, and it will bring you to the landing page. And if you follow that, you should be able to sign up for the 1590-day challenge. And make sure you post those videos so that we can get you hooked up into winning the prize.
Why not?
So here's Ben back.
Okay, so what we want to talk about today is, Mary and I are both short. There's no other way to say it. I come in at a whopping 5'7.5", depending on the day. Sometimes I'm closer to 5'8", and Mary is 4'10". So we are in a challenger deep here, and on some of the exercises, they're impossible for Mary to do at her height, and they're actually challenging for me to do. It's not a strength issue. It's just the water is deep enough where at our height, it is actually a bit of a challenge. That's what we want to make you guys aware of, is that sometimes for this stuff, the shallow depth is better. And we're going to show you these things. We're going to have Mary try some things that she can't do in here. And it's not a matter of anything other than her height. So there are things that she can do, that are different, and different examples. So, for example, the tricep exercise they were doing is very hard for her because she just pulls herself through the water. She can't get a good footing because the water's, it's up to here on her. So it's sort of challenging to do that. And even some of them I have difficulty doing, and I'm, like 190 pounds. So, but it doesn't matter in the water. So that's sort of interesting, and we'll show that and show what we mean. And then there's different reasons for the depth. If you guys recall, and everybody forgets this, the reason we went to that depth was because Michael Phelps's arms were so long on his catch, he was scraping the bottom of a 51-inch height swim spa. So that was why we made the depth. And then, you know, bigger is better. I have to have the biggest, blah, blah, blah. And then I will say this, we sort of figured out also that deeper depth of water is, you know, beneficial in the super cold climates for staying warm, because you have 9 extra inches of water where your core is. So that's also very powerful and very important. So there's a lot of reasons to really look at this. And, you know, we make a lot of shallow products. So all of our almost, you know, the H2X, the Trainer 15 comes shallow, the Trainer 19 comes shallow. The Trainer 12 is only shallow. The Challengers don't come shallow. The Challengers are all deep. And same with the Michael Phelps. Okay, so Master Spas likes tall people.
Well, and I will admit, I mean,
hang on, let me turn this to you.
It would be great to be able to do some of the exercises, but if I had a swim spa in my yard, like Ben, I would prefer to have it deeper because I don't like the cold. So
right.
I would rather adjust
exercise
my workouts to things that I can do rather than be more of my body out of the water. But that's also because I live in the Northeast and it's not warm most of the time, when, you know, in the winter. So it's just it's a personal preference, and we've said in the past, we have something for everybody in terms of our swim spa models.
For sure.
So if I just was thinking last summer when we did our little tour of home visits, one of the winners, she's a smaller person, and she chose to do a Therapool shallow version because then
Absolutely.
deeper would have been too deep for her to even do anything.
And hers was inside.
So it
right.
was
so
heated and temperature regulated, but it was what was perfect for her and for what she needed, because she needed to do a lot more standing aquatic exercises in rehab, and really needed depth, but the depth was enough for her in the shallow. So she wouldn't have benefited from a deep. So a lot of times it's a preference, but it also kind of depends on where you're installing it, climate outside, or if it's going to be inside, and just a lot of things to consider. But Master Spa is so great in that we have something for everybody.
Absolutely. I would like to talk about this was actually brought up. We didn't even know this. We were asked about the heat pump, the new heat pump that's available in the premium options on our website. And some of you may know what that is, some of you may not, but I'll kind of explain it. It's not quite available yet, but it's on the website, but it's coming. So a heat pump, for those of you who know it, it's exactly what you're thinking it is, for heating, and you could actually cool a swim spa as well with it. So it heats and cools, but ultimately, your heat pump technology is the same as a mini split for a house, and they are coming through your dealers. It's a dealer installed item.
Is it something that can be put on a pre-existing swim spa?
Sure. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So you can put it on a pre-existing. It plugs into the pack. Now, mind you, I don't know if there's limitations,
right.
to that. We don't know all the details yet on that, but I know that. Well, I know I got some details. They were tested outside, in Indiana with our VP of engineering. Some of the brass had them. So there's some real testing, and Nathan, who is our engineer, vice president of engineering, he set it up as in a most difficult situation that he could. So he did it as far away as he could, the longest run, all on purpose, with it mounted up, and he did all this crazy stuff on purpose to really put that thing through its paces. And I think what they're coming out with is that the efficiency rating is going to get crazy. And it's something to look into. And if you already have a swim spa, don't be concerned that, oh, now the new one has this. It's not that. It's an option, and it can be added to most swim spas, I believe. It just plugs into the pack, and those packs haven't really changed in quite a while, so you could probably go back, and we'll have more information on that, but it is listed on the website. It's not quite ready for shipping yet, but it's coming really quickly, and it's going to be pretty cool. So I hope to see one up close and personal. I've talked to many people about it. It is coming, but I want to see one in person. They're pretty neat. So that's pretty cool technology. And as you guys know, if you don't know, heat pumps, super efficient. Okay, so it's a whole different level. I mean, our insulation is tops anyway, and as you know, when it snows on top of the swim spas, it does not melt, but a heat pump is a whole different thing. So it's pretty neat, and they have done them in Europe. Europe is, if you think that our electric consumption and rates and all that is crazy, Europe is really crazy. So they've been in use there for a while. So it's new to us. It's not really new. Okay, so more to come on that. But we were asked about it this week, and we were like, "What the heck?" And checked the website, and sure enough, it is on there. So I know it's right there. It's just about ready for shipping. I don't even know if the dealers are going to have that information yet. So just wait on that. Message in, call customer service at Master. It's coming. And we'll get everybody fixed up. I would expect a wave of those. If Master ordered, a couple hundred of them, they better order a couple thousand. So that's a whole different thing. Okay, so now I actually think I agree with you. If I had a swim spa that was inside and I took the cold factor out, I think I'd prefer, at my height, I think I'd prefer shallow. So I'm short.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm short. That's what there is to it. It's all there is to it. So, but today what we're going to do, we're going to go over those so you have a good opportunity to ask us questions about the exercises. We're going to show you, we're going to demonstrate some of the things that are tough to do in here for Mary and show you, but in a shallow it wouldn't be. So sometimes when we do photos and videos, the Master will actually put us in a shallow for Mary on purpose, and it's because of this. And then it's terrible for me because it hits right in my stomach and I look like a beached whale. True story. Okay, so what do you want to start with? You want to start with trunk twist? Do you want to do it? Actually, trunk twist is a good one.
Yeah.
It's the same. I put that right there. You want me to put a little power on?
Sure.
Okay.
So we mentioned this in the
Yes,
videos that
it is 98.
pre-filmed, because we did say you do not need any equipment, which you do not. You could do this exercise just with your arms.
Scoot down.
And we could show that to you first. If you have a kickboard, it adds a lot more resistance. You could also use a cookie sheet, like Ben said. Just grab
Whatever
a
it takes.
cookie sheet and you could do the same thing. So here, I will show it to you without any equipment first, and then we'll go harder. And basically, you can create a wall with your arms, and you're just going to turn into the current.
Yeah, this is one of those things that with a little bit of power on and a kickboard, Mary floats away.
And this is, if you really want to engage your core when you're doing that to get the most benefit.
Yep. So
if you have a kickboard,
pause right there for a second. When she says engage your core, what that means is flex every muscle in your midsection, your core, as you're twisting. Flex all those muscles and goodies and just squeeze everything and make it burn. You can do this. It's not about the weight. It's about the squeeze, and you're forcing blood through those tissues. It's really fantastic. That's what she means when she says squeeze that, okay?
and then
Flex
if
it.
you have a kickboard or a
Turn
cookie
around.
sheet, hold
There
it
you
like
go.
this.
Cookie sheet. You don't have to use a cookie sheet, but just figure out a way to get it done. There you go. Somebody is watching you very intently.
I see that. And you're going to do 20 on this side, and then you can turn around and 20 on this side.
Now, if you are fortunate enough to have one of the old sets of dumbbells hanging around, this is really awesome with the dumbbells. So, but we wanted to show it with something different because not everyone has them. But if you have the dumbbells in a lot,
any kind of dumbbell,
or any of the dumbbells you can get on Amazon, they work great for this. Do you let Captain in it? It's 98 degrees, so we would let him in. And actually, the other day it looked like he was going to just jump in here, but it's too hot for him, so we don't want to do that. And getting him out, I think that he will jump in on his own and then realize the gravity of his decision once he's in, and then getting him out will be a chore. So it's, there's no deck around this one. It might be easier at home for him to flop in when it's warm and the water's not quite so hot. But I would let him in. But he is, what do you think, buddy? Okay, it's on you. Okay, what's next?
The next, sun gods.
Sun gods.
So the next exercise is focusing.
You want to do that? You want me to do that?
Well, you're going to have to do the whole second half. So.
Okay, here, take that.
You're going to do it? So, what am I doing? Sorry, guys. Here's Ben. He's going to show us some sun gods.
Small circles to the front.
Ben, do you want to say what this exercise is good for?
All your shoulders, mobility, shoulder strength. If you do this for 60 seconds, small circles to the front, and then when you're done with 60 seconds, small circles to the back. You can do them faster, you can do them slower, doesn't make any difference. Still 60 seconds. Your shoulders will be burning, but it's really good. It's not incredibly, difficult. You're not going to injure your shoulders. You're going to warm them up and flow blood and strengthen all at the same time. It's a great exercise. The Marine Corps loves this exercise, but it's a lot longer than 2 minutes, and they make everything terrible, as you can imagine. Okay?
Yep.
All right. What's next? I wonder if moving.
It is, yeah. The next exercise is...
You can do the one leg squats, or you
Yeah.
want to do it?
Oh, I could do it. One leg squats.
So what we want you to do on the one leg squats, I'll see, is put a leg up, and then she wants to keep the tension on. So really stretch out and then go down. So it's almost like a lunge without the step, if you will. But she's going down, standing up. You can come out of the water if you want to make it harder, but you want to keep that tension on, 20 and 20.
20 each leg.
20 each leg.
For time purposes, we don't have to do it.
Right. And your legs should be tired after yesterday.
Yeah. Hamstrings more.
There you go. So it's like a lunge without the step, and you're keeping tension on that whole entire time. I know the next one is step downs. I don't even have to look now. Okay. So now on the step downs, it's the same as last time, guys. Okay. So it's the same as last time, and this one is huge. It works really, really well. This is all of that beautiful knee strengthening stuff that's going to keep your patellar tendon strong. And it's going to just work all those odd ankles. My ankle, actually, I feel one of my ankles quite a bit when I do these. What are you doing over there? Good boy. Captain, one-legged squats, go. Look, he's like, what? No. You should have seen the look on his face, Mary. Okay, good. You guys know these ones. So you're always going to see those legs. So to reiterate on the muscular strengthening exercises for this round as well as the next one, we're going to focus on more reps, more pressure, harder. Again, if you feel something that's bad, immediately stop, guys. We don't want anyone to get injured. We want you to be careful and really just do a good job. We're focused on doing things properly here. If you're super strong and you're past this level, all you have to do is do the whole thing again and again, or double that to 40 reps each one, but that'll make you tired. Okay, so you can push this as hard as you want. We're doing this as sort of a, it's a challenge to assign a workout for that many people that are all in different places. So we can only just say you really need to pay attention and if something is hurting, immediately stop. And if it's not hurting at all and it feels easy, well, then you need to do more. So those are the rules of thumb with that. All right, what's next?
Calf raises.
Calf raises.
So this one, you could do 2 legs at once and step up on that low step.
Yep.
And step up, tippy toes, down.
Yep, get a good stretch. If you need something to hang on to, you can, kind of shimmy over to the edge and hold on to something.
So you could do 20 reps of both legs at the same time, or 20 of each leg if you want a challenge, and you're going to do 1 calf at a time.
And if you do 1 at a time, that's pretty tough.
Yes.
But really good for your calves, guys. And don't forget about those. That's all that beautiful balance and stabilizing muscles down there. Very, very important. Cool. All right, bicep curls.
So this one, Ben definitely has
Yeah, I have to do this one. This one, Mary just pulls herself. As soon as she grabs that band, she literally pulls herself right through the water. It's actually funny to watch her try.
All right. So we'll switch to Ben here. Let's see how we get this good. Here we go.
Down from there.
Yeah.
Maybe go down there.
So you could see we used the attachment on the bar again, in the front bar, and attached both of the bands and the handles on the other end. So Ben is going to hold on to the handles.
So when Mary does this, I am short, and Mary's under here like this, and she's basically underwater. So as soon as she starts to pull, she's pulling herself forward.
Yeah.
She can't get enough footing to hold herself in place. So this is where I would rather see someone adapt. If it's cold outside and you need a bicep exercise, you can buy the dumbbells on Amazon. There's a couple different manufacturers who have them. They work really well. Someday, maybe they'll come back. I don't know. I'm told they're not going to, but if they did, that would be super. I love our dumbbells, and we have 2 sets. We have a set from Amazon that we bought to try, and they're quite good.
These bands with the handles and this
Yep.
bar attachment here, it's just like this, I don't even know what you call this, but it's
Just a strap with
a strap that you wrap around the bar, and it has 2 clips on the end.
And you could probably attach these 2 bands together, but I like to do that. And that's
Yep.
how I've done it. So now, even with me, I'm again 5'8" on a good day. No, I'm not. I'm not even 5'8" on a good day. So I have to plant 1 foot and get planted as much, because even with me, I'm 190 pounds, and as soon as I start to put pressure on there, I'm really fighting this. So you need to I like to put both legs forward, and you want to keep tension on here. So it's really hard, you guys.
Yeah.
So do your best, and the tension on the bicep. And as you can see, I'm kind of going up on my tippy toes to fight the fact that I'm not tall enough to do this. But it works great. Does a great job. Okay? So as you can see, for us, these are challenging.
Yeah.
And if someone is really tall, well, you might be cold if you're outside, but you'll do the exercise, then dip back in.
Yeah.
Okay? Or what you can do is you can use both hands on one if you need it to be not quite so hard. But if you'll see when I'm down, there's still tension on that. Can you see that band there?
Yep.
You want to keep that tension. What you don't want to do is in between sets, it gets
Right.
slack so that I'm not really doing anything. So if you need to make it easier, this is a good adjustment. Throw both hands on there. Don't let go and punch yourself in the face. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to check your bands for dry rotting, because if they're dry rotting, I wouldn't
Yes.
do this one holding them in front of my face.
All right.
Okay.
Next exercise.
We have a little window that we could choose.
Yeah.
We did it on our whiteboard. Band rows.
So same attachments, same position,
Yep.
same handles,
Yep.
same.
And that was on purpose. We wanted to make this kind of flow with the bands hooked up, so you weren't fooling around with all the different stuff in there. So same thing. it just clipped. I was like, oh God.
So really squeeze your back.
And you're trying to pinch those shoulder blades together.
Oh.
Did he go on again?
He
stood up on the
Yeah. All you could see his ears.
You have big, tall ears.
So just so that you know, Ben is really squeezing those shoulder blades in the back on that end pull.
Actually, doing this couple of sets at 98 degrees, I have a little sweat beating up on my
Yeah,
forehead.
I believe it.
Good.
So 20 of those. And the next exercise is tricep extensions.
Now, this is another good example where 2 of these is hard.
So again, same 2 bands with the handles, and Ben turned around this time.
And I have to put 1 foot. My back foot is really far back to hold myself.
And he's just keeping those elbows as close to his ears as possible and doing a tricep extension with both arms.
Good.
And he's switching right now to just 1 band. That's a good adjustment for a little bit easier tension.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
All right. Cool.
And next, last one, chest press.
Okay.
Same thing, we did this on purpose. We're trying to make it so that logistically it's easy to follow along. And I'll comment on this now. When you get the video of this, so you get a little explanation here, but in the video, Zach did an amazing job. So you have, us describing the exercise, and then on the other half of the screen, Mary or myself doing it, so that you're getting the explanation while watching the video. They just did. I think it was just a quick job for him, but it came out great, and he always does such a good job. So
yeah, Jody, make sure that you're using the long bands. The short bands are going to be much tighter, and those are for your row bars in the front. So you want to make sure you're using those the long bands. They are looser.
Yeah, this is a 15-footer, and I'm, basically almost halfway across
Right.
this band. I want to point this out too. Guys, they make all kinds of these bands. You could get crazy and get as much stuff as you want. What it comes with is a starter pack, and don't be afraid. I mean, we spend a lot of money on our exercise equipment. Make it yours.
And a lot of things are available on Amazon, honestly. We found a lot of really great aquatic exercise equipment on Amazon. All right, this is chest press.
So this one, same thing. I have to really dig in or I'm going to pull myself back.
Oh, Ken, he's had that tattoo maybe since last year. Nothing new in the past year.
Oh, the doggy?
I guess so. All right. So he's really squeezing those back and then squeezing the front for that chest press.
So on the row, you're pulling back and squeezing, and then on the chest, you're squeezing on the front. So just opposite sides, back and front.
All right. So those are a brief explanation of the exercises for these next 2 weeks. You'll also get the video if you've signed up for the challenge. You'll get an email with the videos as well. And there's a lot more explanation in those videos too. And we have a couple of questions that got submitted prior to today's live. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about anything, shoot us them over right now. All right, Ben, the first question is from Michelle in Indiana. How deep is the swim spot? So we did talk about this earlier. This is a 5-foot swim spa. Water depth is about 4 1/4 feet deep. Any of our H2X trainers or our TheraPool shallower versions, they're going to be...
Don't do it. Do not do it.
They're going to be...
He fell down the stairs.
51 inches off the ground, and the water depth is about 3.5 feet deep. So it just depends. This one is 5 feet off the ground.
Yep.
And how long does it take to install? Michelle, it really depends on your specific install. If it's easy, they can drive a pickup truck right to your spot. They can roll it into place. It could take an hour, maybe 1 to 2 hours. If they need a crane and they need a little bit more equipment to get it into place,
if it's a
bit
crane
longer.
and a vault,
Right.
it could take a few hours.
It really just depends on your specific install. But if it's an easy install, it may not take more than an hour. And then once it's there, you have your electrician wire it. That could take, depending on your electrician, take a little bit, maybe an hour. And then you need to fill it. And that's the hard part because that takes a while if you don't use a water truck to fill it.
Yep.
All right. Next question is from Sue in Virginia. What temp do I set it in summer? So Sue, one of the best things about swim spas is that you get to choose the temperature that you like to use it at. So if you like to use it at 80 in the summer, then set it to 80. I would not like that personally, but
Yeah.
But really, it's really up to you. It can go all the way down to 80. It can go all the way up.
80 is not going to happen.
Right. It can go all the way up to hot tub temperature. So that's what's so awesome about these swim spas is that they are temperature controlled by you. They are super efficient, so it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to heat it if you wanted to, but you've got a lot of adjustability there. And I'm going to leave this last question for Ben.
Yes.
It is
You wanna
from
hold
Jolyn in Texas. And Jolyn asks, whoops, that was for, what chemicals should I add each week to my swim spa? Currently, my pH is always low and the chlorine is non-existent.
So there's the most widely accepted method is to use a little bit of shock each day after you get out and then chlorinate once or twice a week. That is Master Spa's official method. And the more frequently with small amounts you do both of those, the less hills and valleys you're going to have of your pH and alkalinity. So you need to lock that in. For me, I find that and it's just because we're busy and everything's always stupid. So for me, I do the Ben method, which I'll get bashed for. That's fine. I don't care. I use small amounts of chlorine much more frequently than I do shock, and then it doesn't really get away. That way, if we're gone 5-6 days, it always seems to get a little longer, before it starts to flip on us, and then we'll shock, once a week, twice a week. If we're here twice a week, we'll do it twice a week. Sometimes it's every other week. So for us, that works, and we haven't been in here. So today we opened it up, and we have just a little bit amount of cloud starting right now in our swim spa. So I didn't even test strip. I know it's been days. So I just hit it with chlorine right off the bat because that the EcoPure got rid of that chlorine, and we're keeping it quite warm so it will burn through chemicals faster. We had a question from Kenny. Kenny, strain is a big word. If you asked a physical therapist to tell you what to do for a calf strain, they would say, I'm hesitant to say because what if it's an actual injury and not just a strain? So if you're not sure, the telltale signs, is it a giant bruise over it? Is it torn? Because you can have minor tears or it can be a strain. So I wouldn't suggest stretching the death out of it if you're not sure. But I like ice for lower leg strains. I like to stretch gently, and you got to flow blood through there. So some soft tissue work, gentle, starting gentle on the rolling to flow blood to that area. Basically, everything I'm suggesting is not going to make an injury worse if it is an injury. And if you go to a therapeutic modality that's too harsh for what you've got going on, it is possible to make those things worse. So tough to answer without a little more information, and even still very tough if you're not sure it's a bona fide injury versus just a strain. because you could have it feels like a strain there. It could just be an adhesion from dehydration, and you walked a bunch one day and were dehydrated with low salt. You can have a knot there, and you might be saying that's a strain, in which case the biggest thing you can do for that is hydration and proper electrolytes. So tough to say, but I guess I would start with hydration, electrolytes, gentle stretching, soft tissue work, not so hard that you could potentially make anything worse.
Yeah.
That's a totally safe answer, and one that's not going to get you into trouble. Okay? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. 30th second.
What you got?
He said thanks. Okay, I think that's it. Those are the end of our questions.
Did you scroll through?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll just do a quick double check.
Quick double check. Where's the dog? Captain, when you're quiet, it means you're doing something bad. There you are. What are you doing? You're being a good boy.
All right.
Got me.
Yeah, I think we got everything. So be on the lookout. If you signed up for the challenge, you'll get an email with the next 2 weeks of videos. And we will be back in 2 weeks. We may have to do something funky because I think I might be visiting my parents in Florida, so I might have to be on video.
I don't remember if we shared the screen last time or if I just did it. I don't remember.
I think we should. I remember being on it, so maybe we shared the screen. But we will have another 2 weeks ready for our next Facebook Live of exercises. So we will see you all in 2 weeks. I think it's Wednesday, February 2nd. And keep posting your videos. Sign up for the challenge if you haven't yet. And get moving in your swim spa. And we will see you guys all in 2 weeks.
See you too.
Thank you.
Have any questions? Hit us.